What's up, guys? Gerald with Roman Roof Cleaning and Roof King Products. Hey, I want to talk about something that's a little bit controversial today. I want to talk about negotiating with customers. There's kind of a hard line with guys a lot of times. The ones that negotiate, the ones that don't. A lot of them say know your worth, and don't let them beat you up on the price. Well, I agree with that. Know your worth and don't let them beat you up on the price. But on the flip side, especially for the guys that are newer, that are younger in the business, if you have moved out, or if you've started your own business and you're trying to make it, sometimes negotiating is the only way you're going to feed your family that week. So for a company that's established years down the road, that's got plenty of business, yeah, you can hold your ground and do whatever you want to do. But on these newer business, for guys that are struggling, that are pretty new, that need to make a living, sometimes negotiating is just part of the game. I've been doing it for a long time, and I still negotiate sometimes. Now, when I say negotiate, I'm not talking about giving away the farm. There's guys that do that. They give the farm away. What I'm talking about is offering a deal, without coming off like a crook, for one. So for instance, if I bid a job, I'm on the higher end, and that's another reason that I like negotiating. You're never going to get, if you're struggling to make it and you don't negotiate, you're going to be scared to death to give high prices, because you're going to be scared you're going to lose the job. So by giving a high price, you can get the ones that don't negotiate, that just say okay, and then you also get the ones that negotiate. So my dad had a saying when he was younger. He would negotiate in auto repair, and he'd say, he wants the high class customers and the cheap ones too. and I agree. Obviously you want them to all be home runs, but they're not going to all be home runs if you want to stay busy every day. And so what I do is, if you just come off your price really quickly, it makes you look like a crook, because the customer will think, well, why didn't you do that price in the beginning? Not all customers. Some of them are just worried about the price, and if they got you down, they feel like they won, so they're good. But the way I do it is, and it's the way my dad taught me. He was really good at sales. So if you come off the price, you got to come off of something. If not, like I said, then it makes you look like a crook. So what you got to do is what I do is, if I can tell the customer's price shopping, or, obviously I've went through a lot of sales spills, and I've worked on them pretty hard to get to this point to where I find out it's the price and the price only. Then what I'll do is, for one, I'll send them pictures of damaged concrete, damaged roofs, damaged homes, damaged siding, and let them know what can actually happen. Because a lot of customers have no idea. They just picture a pressure washer as a pressure washer. So if you don't let them know what can happen, they don't know. So I've sold a lot of jobs that way, because they're like, I had no idea that this could even happen. So you're not only selling the job, but you're helping the customer, which is the number one goal, is to help the customer. The money and the business, all that comes second. Helping the customer is the number one. If you'll have that outlook, you'll be surprised at how many jobs that'll sell you, because they can feel that. They can feel you're not just trying to sell them, that you're trying to help them. But to get back what I was talking about, what I do, if I'm dealing with a customer and I've got to the point where I know it's just the price that's causing the issue, what I'll do is I'll let them know, I can come down a little bit to try to help you out. But the first thing that I always do is ask them, what are you looking at spending? You'd be surprised at how many customers will say, they'll come off $50, or $100. And on a $1,500 job, in my opinion, that's not much money. Obviously I want that extra 100, but I don't want to lose 1,500 because of that 100. And so this is what I'll tell them. I can do that for you, but I need you to do me a favor. If you can post the before and after pictures that I send you, if you can post them online, on Facebook and different areas. If it's in a neighborhood, I'll try to get them to post it on their neighborhood Facebook page. Then if you'll do that, then I can write that balance off as advertising. You know, that money has got to go somewhere, unless you just pulled it out of the air and made it up, which some people do, and that's okay if you do that. But for me, I like to, if I'm taking away some price, I like to either take away some value or, you know, make them do something for that. So if they advertise for me, I can write it off as advertising. It makes them feel like, hey, this guy's legit. This guy's wasn't trying to rip me off in the beginning. That's his price. But if I do this, then it helps everybody. You can also ask them to put a sign in the yard. A lot of those things. You know, like I said, I always ask them because a lot of times it's not much money. Now, I have had customers that have said, you know, half of what I was asking them, and I just message them and say, I'd love to be able to do it for you for that, but by the time I pay, you know, my employees, my chemical costs, my fuel, my insurance, my truck maintenance, then I've got to make a little bit of profit. The equipment's always having issues just in our type of industry, and so you're always having to work on this equipment. Uniforms, and there's just a ton of expense that goes along with this job. So I just can't afford to. I'll be losing money if I do it for that. So, but then I'll always come back with, you know, $100 off or something like that. And you'd be surprised at how many offered me half, but will do it for the $100 off. So don't let that scare you. And don't just be the guy that drops his pants every time somebody says something. You know, there's a fine line there. You know, and like I said, you know, for the guys that are established and don't need the work, you know, they can do whatever they want. But for you newer guys and some younger guys that struggle, or guys that just struggle with sales, different things, it's okay to negotiate a little bit. But again, don't negotiate too much because it makes you look bad, and always try to get something from them if you do negotiate, so that way it looks legit. So I'd love to help you guys if y'all have questions. I do have a class coming up in March 18th and 19th, I believe it is. I'd love to have you guys if something you're interested in. You know, we go over sales, marketing, of course, roof cleaning. And we do hands-on roof cleaning. I do a money-back guarantee, so if you come to my class and you don't feel like you learn enough for that money, I will give you your money back, no questions asked. I can't stand the thought of somebody buying something from me, equipment or classes, and they feel like they got taken advantage of or they didn't get their money's worth. So, you know, just say the word and I'll refund your money. I'm that obviously I don't like refunding money, so I'm that confident. I haven't refunded any money yet, but there's always that day. So I'd love to have you. If it's something you're interested in, make sure you get in early because we usually sell out. I don't have a date for the next one yet. I usually don't put out a date for the next one until this one's over, because I never know for sure if I even want to do another one after I do it. But I usually really enjoy them, so I really should pay you guys to come, because I do enjoy them. The camaraderie and everybody getting together, and of course we learn stuff and we have a great time, and you know, you just make a bunch of new friends in the industry. You know, I really feel like once you come to my class, we're all like a band of brothers. Everybody that's in that class, we're all on a particular Facebook message group, and it's like we're a band of brothers. We all help each other, you know, from then on. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully this will help somebody. And again, if I can help anybody, don't hesitate to reach out.